Wendy.
Hi.
All right, so I'm going to put you on the spot tonight.
Oh,
Yes. Why don't we start off with you naming, in no specific order, but whatever you want, your top three scariest locations that you've investigated?
okay. Top three scariest locations. Well, it's Villisca for sure is up there. Could be the scariest. Oh my God. All of a sudden it feels like we've been to 8 million places.
Well, that's
I,
okay. You don't have to go any further if you don't want to. The list is high up on my list too. I didn't even realize that there's an anniversary coming up for the killings. I hope I can say that word. I don't really know like what gets axed, no pun intended, on social media, and
oh
it's
yeah.
like
Yeah.
so.
I just noticed that because somebody was talking about Villisca and they said axe and then they cut out the middle word and I was like, "Oh yeah, they were on TikTok." So I just assumed, "No, I want to do this." This is the
Okay.
thing though, once you walk away and you survive it, you don't feel like
Yeah.
it was scary. But in the moment, I guess take me there. It's got to be Villisca, Washoe and Conjuring House because
Oh.
we tried to sleep in all of them. And
Yeah, we did.
I don't think that I slept in any of them. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, it's got to be those, and mostly because of the sleeping. Like everything was cool until it wasn't cool. And
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but it felt all right in the Washoe Club until I tried to lay down. And in the Conjuring House, after we heard that like loud bang, it was just not great. And then we thought people were outside and stuff. And then, Villisca itself was scary. Like we knew it was coming from the house and that it wasn't other people. And that was traumatizing. So they're always going to be number one.
Yeah.
And I think I'd say the Conjuring House after that. But I was sleep deprived. So maybe
Yeah,
that
that's
had
true.
something
Yeah.
to do with it. But between the tent thing and trying to
Oh.
sleep there and that loud knock. Oh yeah. And then the Washoe Club really just at bedtime. Before then I wasn't really scared.
I love your list. And it is so funny to think of like the Washoe Club again because all of the EVPs that we got while we were sleeping just confirms that they were all right there. Like Wendy's not sleeping, and here I am like snuggling into my couch for my 1.5 hour nap.
Right?
And I got all of those voices. So like sleeping in that museum should have been pretty difficult for a good reason. They're there. They're right there watching you. So
But what's crazy is some of the scariest moments. I That's not even the places I mentioned. The stuff that happened at Sidamsville, that
yeah.
was wild. It was more wild than scary. Scary probably to you, wild to me. James Eldridge was like a horrible feeling that I felt
Uh-huh.
down in the basement. Maybe just those two that I can recall, like off the top of my head, like having a bad, well, besides Villisca, but
Yeah,
having a bad feeling.
definitely. I threw that at my husband earlier, and I kind of had a bet on what you were going to say. And James Eldred was in your top three, but I didn't actually get it. You mentioned it as like an honorable mention, because you did have an experience there that was pretty, right away frightening, but it was such a good location too that I don't know. It was a one of those places that we ended up talking about over and over and over again.
Hmm.
Your experience, the thing that I saw, just the voices that we got, the fact that they basically had to kick us out because we were just in love with the spirits. I mean, well, I don't know if in love is the right term, but it was just active.
Well, they were all great. Like we got those singing voices that wasn't Chris singing, actually. So
Right.
we truly believe that the young ladies, the Eldridge children that passed away there, that their voices, we can hear them. They're there. And so
Yeah.
like it felt like a lovely family home, just not the basement. But yeah,
No, yeah.
the basement was the worst I think I've ever felt, like because I had to get away from it. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I love that list. Mine, when I had to come up off the top of my head, it was Sedamsville. But it was kind of in reverse. So like where Wendy had that feeling in the basement at James Eldridge house, I had something. Well, let me just take you through it. Basically, we were coming down from the attic and there's alarms going off and no people. It's just me and Wendy kind of coming down from the attic and we don't really know what's going on. And when I say alarms going off, it's just a high-pitched noise, like someone tripped through a light or something and it's humming, and I'm like, what the hell is that? What the hell is that? And we go into very slowly, we go into this room that's supposed to be like the bad room. And I got a hit in the face by a smell that was bad. I don't know if someone shit their pants and then left that room or if it was a demon. Like, and I say demon, because that's what you're supposed to, when you have the scent of sulfur, then it's a bad entity or something. And we were in the right room for that. I backed out of that room, looked down the stairs, and there was a shadow figure standing there in the stairwell that I didn't realize was a shadow figure. I thought it was a human. I jumped into Wendy. Wendy jumped into me with her camera. My arm got beat up, and then I turned around to look down the stairs, and there was nobody there. I turned around actually to say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so silly." There was absolutely nobody there. So I like took that as, whoa, all of those things were trying to tell me there's something happening. And I disregarded all of it and then basically let this thing appear right there. It scared the crap out of me. So that was one on my list. Number two on my list is Edinburgh Manor. Because I've never in my life and never ever want to again have that feeling come over me. Wendy said that I was possessed. Very, very likely. Very, very likely. It was the weirdest feeling ever. Never felt just rage just come over me. I mean, come on, everyone goes to Walmart and everyone gets a little pissed off. But I was so angry and so hot. Like I felt like I was in a 90-degree room where there was no air and I was just burning up mad and I just wanted to go and just start fighting for no fucking reason. And this feeling, it finally went away and we continued the tour, but then it didn't. Like it lingered. It did not leave me. And when we left the building, I remember us taking a picture in front of Edinburgh and maybe sort of eating a salad, and then Wendy driving us to Villisca. I don't know if I slept or if I was just in another fucking realm. I just remember all of a sudden seeing windmills, and then that we were close enough to Villisca.
Yeah, you just sat in silence. You weren't asleep,
I
nothing. No.
and you still ghost hunt with me, which is kudos to you.
That's what it's like. If somebody says, "What's your scariest place you've ever been to," or whatever, I just think of like where I actually felt fear at the time. And like you say, like where you've seen things, that's obviously would scare you, right? But also that's what we're there for. So like
Yeah.
when I was seeing like images or figures of people at Old South Pittsburgh, it didn't
Mm.
actually scare me because
Right.
that is what we're there for. And at the time, I just tell myself that's just your imagination,
I know.
and I
Right.
just keep going. But yeah, so like we go to Edinburgh Manor, and Chris has this experience, and I did not have the same experience, but I do know what she went through and how weird it was. And she talks about like being filled with rage, but it wasn't like she was lashing out at me. She wasn't like, "Ugh," or anything. She was just fucking quiet. And immediately after you leaving that room, you were short and irritated, but you like went downstairs and then it's like you came back and tried to be normal. But then by the
Yeah.
time we got in the car, you were just quiet. And I might say something to you and you just don't reply. Like not a question, but like, just commenting about something and then you wouldn't reply. And so I just stopped saying anything to you. And I just drove
Dude.
us to another horrible location.
I don't I just don't even know what to say. Like I was reliving that experience and thinking like it just like I remember trying to calm myself down. Like why am I so pissed off? Like what is happening right now? Why am I so angry? Why do I want to go start a fight? What is happening? I just did not understand. And then again with the memory trying to relive our process of getting to Villisca, I'm like, I don't even think I was sleeping. I just remember kind of blinking out.
Yeah.
We left, we ate, I think, and then nothing else until those windmills. That's it. That's all I remember. And then we went to Villisca. So, and Villisca,
But you
that's the
woke
top.
up sometime before
We,
then. Like we were maybe 20, 30 minutes from Villisca, and all of a sudden Chris just said something to me that just sounded like Chris. And I was just like, "Oh, you're back." And I
yes,
literally
you did.
said it to her. I was like, "Oh, you're back. Or do you feel better now?"
Dude, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like because of the experience that I had at Edinburgh, that it really set me up for kind of a worse experience at Villisca. If I hadn't had that happen to me, maybe I wouldn't have been so on edge. And of course, Villisca is on the top of my list of scariest places because like I couldn't stay in that house anymore. I could not stay in the and there's not a lot of places where we go and I'm like I am leaving. Like when we went to sleep at the Conjuring house, we did have some very interesting experiences. Like what happened at the tent, seeing that movement in the tent, that was really scary. And hearing the voices, and I even talked about on your episode, like I laughed. I heard like a witch's cackle outside of the bathroom. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I'm gonna go to sleep now on this. And something even like lightly caressed my face while I was sleeping, and I'm like, cool, ghosts are fun. And I went right to sleep. So it's not like I run screaming from a lot of places, but Edinburgh and Villisca are top of my list because I had like a possession type of experience and I could not stand to be in the Villisca house anymore. I could not stand it. I left.
It's so wild because we were in that place for so long and it just felt like not much was happening. And then
Right.
just all of a sudden it woke up. And
Hmm.
in that moment, I remember we were hearing footsteps on the stairs and we were playing the spirit box. And the spirit box might have said some very alarming things,
Hmm.
which didn't help. But I'm like, oh, that's so cool. We can legit hear footsteps and they're just around the corner and we know we're the only ones in this house. But you were like, nah,
No,
nah. You were like,
no.
we gotta go check that out. We gotta just like, or we just gotta get out, whatever. And that's what led us to the kitchen. And then that door opened. And after that, it was like a rush of energy. And we said this before. I don't know if it was us playing off of each other,
Right.
if like our own fear just filled the space or what, but that house just didn't feel right. And then we
Hmm.
left, we came back, it felt pretty cool, and then it
Hmm.
didn't feel cool again. And that's how I know it's the house because we came back in and I thought, oh, you know what? It actually feels okay in here. And, I'm ready to hang out for a little while. And then just all of a sudden, it didn't feel cool anymore.
Right. I totally remember that. I remember us going back into the kitchen and it had that kind of light, airy feeling to it again. And we're like, okay, yeah, we can do this. We can
Yeah.
set up some cameras. We can do this. We can do this. And I don't remember what point we got to. Maybe it was upstairs again, but that's when at some point, just like Wendy said, holy shit, we got to go. Something bad is about to happen. It was a feeling, it was a vibe, and not like any other place that I've ever been that had that looming energy. Like, I know you're here. Why are you here? You
Yeah.
should leave.
Yeah,
Get
the
out.
whole place. It wasn't like
Right?
at James Eldridge, it was one person. It felt like there was a person behind me
Yeah.
and then just kind of like over me. And I'm like, excuse me. And as soon as I get away from them, it felt fine. It felt fine in the rest of the basement. But Villisca, it just was like an energy filling the whole house. It is so weird.
Whew, that place. I kind of baited you into this, honestly, because I'm doing the Villisca Ax House today.
Love it. I
I
don't.
know, I know. When I was doing the wrapping up of my Copper Queen, looking through my GoPro and my static camera, and I'm like, is that really the voice? Is that really what it's saying? Because I had already gone through the digital audio and I thought I heard something different. And I played something different on YouTube, but I wanted to go back to my digital audio and see what else was there. I don't have anything else on the Copper Queen. But while I was doing that, I'm shuffling around all of these digital recorders because I'm like, I have to have multiple digital recorders. What's on the silver one that I haven't like deleted anything off of? And there's like, I don't know, all of these audio files from the Villisca Ax murder. uh, Sorry, the Villisca Ax House
Yeah.
that I'm like, oh shit. Well, I think it's time I go ahead and wrap this up. And I start listening to it. I'm like, okay, I did listen to this before. There are two EVPs on on our YouTube playlist that I contributed to. Everything else on the playlist is all Wendy. Wendy, you might find something down the road on another SD card at some point, but Wendy has put a lot of stuff on our playlist from the Villisca Ax House already. A lot of EVPs, a lot of videos. So the investigation there was already nice and full. But I when I saw all these files on my audio, I thought at first, are you kidding me? Like I never listened to this stuff. So I was kind of in a panic. And when I started listening to it, like I said, I know I have listened to this before, but what's crazy is I didn't hear all these voices before. And I have a new pair of headphones that I got for my birthday, and they have great noise canceling on them, which is another reason why I was trying to use them for the show, to really hear your EVPs a lot clearer. I can hear so many more voices than I heard before, and I have 4 pages of EVPs to go through with you tonight.
We should have
It's
spent 20 minutes talking about
it's
past
a
locations then.
well, well, let me tell you that the first video that I'm gonna go, it's gonna go pretty quickly. It's the second video that has the meat and potatoes, because it's from the time that we actually started our investigation to after our first coffee break to we are leaving and we're just setting shit up. So the second video is gonna be the longest. The first one is pretty fast. And there's really no breaks. It's just a playlist of EVPs. But it's wild because I started recording after we went back. So Johnny Hauser gave us the full tour and everything felt fine. He left, we went back and started doing our thing. And you know what I forgot until I started reviewing our evidence? We went to do and I called it an opener, but we were going to do like a YouTube, hey, we're at the Villisca Ax, God, the house. And Wendy was going to film it with her phone, and she had something happen with her phone. Like, I don't know, I think you said that the memory was acting up or something. But do you remember the door opening on its own before we started that night?
No, because when we
I
were
don't.
trying to walk into the house, I remember I had my phone like on a selfie stick or something, and
Hmm.
my phone itself kept wigging out. And
Yeah,
I didn't know if it had to do with the fact that it was connected to the selfie stick or not, because I'd never really used it before. But
right.
it was like memory full, can't record or something like that. And I remember fucking fiddling with it right at the door. So like just trying to get into this place, the house, I mean like something shit was happening. Like, and you could just say it's a malfunction on equipment. We say that all the time because we know,
Mhm.
ugh, we buy
Right,
we
right,
try to
right,
go
right,
affordable and it turns out cheap, you know?
right.
But it was weird and something to note, leading
It
into
was.
a night that we know that there was activity.
So we filmed a video in the Kia Sorrento, the sweet, awesome, luxurious Kia Sorrento that we our hotel for the evening. Where we I finally actually felt the calm because I was not in that house and I was in the secure Kia Sorrento. But it was so awesome that you did that because we talk about the whole thing that happened from the moment that we got there to your camera freaking out to the door opening the first time, which I do not recall, do not remember, but we were talking, unless we turned into ghosts ourselves and made that shit up. We say something about the door opening right around the time that you're having issues with the camera. I don't remember if in that conversation that we're having, if it happened once we were already in the kitchen and the door opened, but we talked about it. And
Hmm.
then, so like later on, and I'm listening to our audio and I hear we talk about like what is bothering us about the house. And I said, the kitchen. I don't like the kitchen. I don't like the door. And you're like, well, is it because all of our stuff is in there? I'm like, yeah, maybe it's because all our stuff is in there. Or it might be because it's the one way in and the one way out. Like that's our plan. That's all we've got. But I felt like because I was, and you had said it just a second ago, I felt like because I spoke that out loud in that house, that I told the house, this is what bothers me, house.
Hmm.
This is what bothers me. And then you talk about it later on too, about that damn screen door. So we're both festering on something happening, and then it shines a light on us again and says, get the fuck out, you know? So yeah, I've got EVPs to play, but I thought it was really, I don't even remember the door opening the first time. I don't know if we made that shit up. If our brains made that shit up, our brains is like, yeah, this door is just, it's constantly scaring you guys. I don't know. I just don't remember it happening the first time.
No, I don't remember that either, but I don't think that in the moment we're making shit up.
Right.
So,
No, I'm sorry. Um, but also, I want to say that while listening to this, I feel like I was so exhausted from the experience that I had at Edinburgh. Um, there were some times where you were saying stuff to me and I'm still out of it. Like, I'm like, why am I not responding? You're telling me to like turn the AC off because duh, we're ghost hunting and it's loud and noisy. And I'm like, okay. And you're like, can you just turn the AC off? And I'm like, you've said that to me a couple of times. And you're like, yeah, can you please turn the AC? And you're like, you're like, we can turn it back. We can turn it back on right after we're done. And I'm like, yeah, okay. But I'm out of it. And like while we're even investigating, I have like zero energy. Like I am zapped. I'm totally zapped. So this case altogether just I didn't even want to listen to this. But when I did, I'm like, oh my God, like I was still like, that's why I said a second ago, like, I don't know why you still ghost hunt with me because apparently I get possessed and I act like a creep. So that's that's what you get to look forward to. Anyways, all right. All right. So like I said, this is us going through the house in the daylight and just kind of organizing our thoughts and deciding where we're gonna set up.
no.
So yeah, they knew right away.
Right. Yeah, we have noticed that they react as soon as we enter the door. But yes, that is very clear. And it's fairly
Yeah.
loud for an EVP. Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah. I'm glad that you pointed that out too. So I do have some that are like so faint. And like when I was replaying these just to make sure that I don't have any words that are floating off screen. There's one later on that I don't think they say what I typed it out. So that'll be a guessing game. But for the most part, they're pretty clear, which is another reason why I'm shocked that I wasn't unable to hear all of these the first go round. So, anyways, here's the next one.
I heard a knock, and it sounded like it came from upstairs.
That would make sense. That would make sense. That would make sense. That would make. Okay, so there is a voice there that is right before my loud mouth.
Hmm.
And I wish I knew how to do audio a little bit better. So the voice comes through. It sounds like it's saying she heard me.
Hmm.
And I think it's a reply because you are saying, I heard a knocking. It sounded like it came from upstairs.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. It's that one's like faint, so
Yeah.
it sounds like more hushed or whispered. But yeah,
Mhm.
you can hear it
But they were intelligent because I think that that was a direct response. They're like, oh, damn, she heard me.
for sure. Yeah.
This next one, I get a name. I think that one actually plays one more time before we go into it. But the name doesn't make any sense for like any of the names that are related to this house. So I don't know if I'm hearing it right. So I will give it a play and let you tell me what you think. Makes sense.
Thing is on. That was on battery test.
Could you make that out?
Yes. Yes. The only other thing that you could think if I mean, so it can sound like Daniel, but I guess it could sound like don't, I don't know. Like if it's not a name, but it does sound like Daniel.
Right.
Yeah, Daniel
It
hid. And then maybe it's if it doesn't relate is what I'm saying, then maybe the words are just wrong and it could be
right.
like don't know or something with a D. But that's what it gives people an idea of what they should be hearing. And then also, who knows? Who knows who they knew or
Right.
the former owners of the house or something. Like not just the family that passed there. There's other people that live there.
Yeah, that's true. One thing I want to say is so I do chop up a lot of these. This was part of a 30-minute long recording, and then I just kind of create a playlist with them being back to back. The one that we just heard, She Heard Me, this other voice came immediately after that. So they like I took out like a millisecond between those two EVPs. So if it is Daniel Hid, I thought that's kind of cool because Wendy said, I heard a knock. I think it's coming from upstairs. We got the EVP that says she heard me, and then someone saying Daniel hid. Or I think it says Daniel hid. And
Right.
it could have been a residual, but I feel like honestly, it's another spirit like telling us what's going on.
Uh-huh.
It's very faint, it's very quiet. It's a hush kind of a voice. It's not as loud as the she heard me. So, do with that what you will. But I thought it was cool that they kind of came back to back and they kind of go together.
Yeah, I think they do all run together, telling the story of like where's that sound coming from. And you know what? I just thought of it's not like they ever solved that
Right.
situation. So, and they did say somebody was hiding in the attic. So how do we not know that their name is Daniel, you know?
That's so true. They don't know. There's a guess. I guess one of the thoughts are, we talked about this before a long time ago, but there was like a series of axe axings across the country. During that time, someone was jumping on a train, and he
Yep.
was going kind of town to town. So I don't know what his name is.
Mm-mm. I don't
Um,
I don't think anybody ever caught him. I read that whole
yeah,
book. That guy from Illinois, Troy whatever, Taylor?
yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah,
he,
yeah, yeah.
he wrote, did a whole bunch of research, but I don't remember if they ever had a name for that guy. Um, or if it was just like that he noted that in these towns along this railroad, there were the same type of situation that kept happening. And I'm like,
Right.
that's your guy right there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because the thought was this was at the time the last house in the neighborhood with easy access to the train yard, train. I don't know if it was a train station. I feel like it was, I don't know, whatever, because it was
Just
mostly workers coming in and going as I guess a depot or something.
I don't know about where the depot is, but you
Mm.
know, people could just jump on trains too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the when they could just get on and hop on. And so yeah, so Daniel Hid could have been the name of whoever it was, or it could have been a residual. It could have been a child, one of the neighbors. Hell, it could have even been another ghost hunter that someone was referring to, talking about them hiding.
Yeah.
Um, don't know because I'm not going back to this place to do any more investigating. That was the other thing my husband asked. He's like, "Well, aren't you guys going back?" And I said, "Nope." But there's too many other places that we have to investigate.
Right. We're busy.
What? Why would we go back here? Exactly. All right, so this next one, I bring out the trigger doll, which what we have, we've got like a bunch of trigger things now, but this one was Nurse Nancy. She went on a little bit of a ghost hunting tour with us for a while. I don't think the doll's haunted, but she's got a music box in her, and I figure like she's a trigger object. Kids like dolls, and the fact that she's got a music box in her makes her kind of unique. So pulled her out and like immediately I get this voice. It doesn't make any sense, but it doesn't make any sense, meaning that it doesn't go along with the trigger doll, but it kind of goes along with the last EVP. If you already heard knocking upstairs, do I need to go ahead and put Nurse Nancy somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's me. So I don't know if that's Daniel, if that's somebody else. Maybe it wasn't Daniel, maybe it's somebody saying, no, it's me. Um, I don't know, just wild that they came in succession like that. Boom, boom,
Right.
boom.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They're so active as soon as we walk in the door. That's why we have to come ready.
I know, I know. It's just like you said before, man, go in with the camera because they are ready right when the moment you walk in, especially this place.
Hmm.
A lot of places, actually. It's just that we didn't know it at the time. I'm just so glad that I have my digital recorder always, but at the same time, I don't have video that goes along with this too. So we get to look at this beautiful picture for a couple more minutes, 3 more minutes. This next one's really quiet. We are kind of doing a walkthrough of the room the Stillinger sisters had like used. It was the guest room. It's the room that they were sleeping in. And I'm using a millimeter. Like this is how old this is because I still have the millimeter, but I don't even bring it with me anywhere anymore. Um, but I'm using the millimeter and I'm getting a weird reading. And I think at this time we're talking about it.
Another little pretty porcelain dog. Look at that, there's Nancy. You gonna hang out over here with these guys?
Yeah, so I'm
I
picking up a
think
giggle. It could be a word that I'm just not able to make out, but it comes so quickly. It's like a
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to hear because I guess the air conditioning's still on too. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, right.
Can you turn that off for me,
Yeah,
Chris?
exactly. You're right. We're right by the AC that I should have shut off as soon as I walked into the room, but like just out of my mind, whatever. Wendy's like, please shut that off. And I'm like, huh? Do what? I
Well,
don't know.
we never realize how amplified it's going to be
Oh
too.
yeah, no
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it takes a minute to be like, oh shit, that's loud. Turn that off.
I seriously, I think that this would be a good one for me to tattoo on my wrist, shut AC off when ghost hunting. Because you're so right. Like there's so many like where were we at the Copper Queen? The AC was like right there next to the camera. The Myrtles, the AC is just blowing nonstop. Like you unfortunately don't realize it until afterwards. Oh, you come back and the room's nice and cool. That's not a cold spot. That's the AC messing up your footage. Oh well, you live and you learn, right?
Yeah, well, to our defense, that's Arizona and Louisiana in September. So,
No doubt. Yeah.
you'd kind of die without the
Yeah.
AC. So,
Definitely want the AC on. I know, right?
yeah.
Well, we just have to strip. We got to be wearing our tank tops and looking hot for the ghost. So we got hot girl summer, right? We're hot ghost girl summers. Whatever. I'm making shit up. I'll never do that. I'm too old for that shit. So the next one I get still same room. This is another faint EVP. Actually, it's kind of loud in the beginning, but it gets faint. So it just kind of trails off.
no. Yeah, there's like I don't even get a reading off of the air conditioning unit. No. Yeah, there's like I don't even get a reading off. No. Yeah, there's like I don't even get a reading off. No. Yeah, there's like I don't.
So that one kind of, like I said, it pops in pretty loud and then trails off.
Hmm.
Like the here is like not here. It is definitely like no, it's no, not.
Yeah.
Where, where did you go? You were like right here. What are you doing?
I think that happens in just normal speech, so I could see it for spirits too. Plus, it sounds
Yeah.
like they used a lot of energy for that no, like 'cause they were
Yeah.
aggressive about it.
Right, right. So we're in this, like I said, the room of the Stillinger's girls they were in. I'm close to the AC with the millimeter, and I'm getting a reading, but I'm thinking that it's the AC. And in this part of the recording, we're talking about like this happened at the other place, the hotel that we stayed at in Strawberry Land, or what the Francis. Do you remember what that one was called? The Franklin?
It's called the Franklin
The Franklin,
in Strawberry, I guess, just Strawberry, Iowa, Strawberry
I
Point.
guess.
I think maybe Strawberry
Oh,
Point. Yeah.
yeah, I think that's it. I just remember they had strawberries everywhere, and I thought, okay, that's cute. I'll never forget Strawberry Land or whatever because of it. But the millimeter was going off at that hotel too. And so we're talking about, oh, it's got to be the AC because it was going off kind of near the AC at that hotel. But what's cool is that I got this EVP at the same time, and it's a pretty passionate EVP. No, not here. So I don't know if they don't want us in that room, they don't want us in that house, they don't want us near the AC. I don't know. Didn't hear it until now. Well, that's a lot. I actually heard this one 10 years ago. That's the EVP that I clipped and put on YouTube. It's loud, right? So I
Mhm.
heard it. All right. So the next one is actually going to be a lot quieter, but I'm still basically doing the same thing. Still in the Stillinger room, still with the millimeter, probably still near the AC.
You can get a reading off.
This is not the closet though, right?
No, it's upstairs.
Right.
So by the time the third one rolls around, your ears have adjusted and you can probably hear it, but you can tell like it's the background noise is loud. So this
Mhm.
voice that comes through is just in the room. It's very low and kind of goes along with the AC noise.
Yeah, yeah, it does, but you can
Yeah.
hear it.
The next one, same room, same thing. Another very faint voice. Oh, I take that back. We're actually leaving. Are we leaving this room or we're outside of this room? But what's cool about this one is you mentioned hearing something that sounds like a radio outside. And there's a video actually that you have on YouTube already where we're in the kitchen and you're saying something to me about, do you hear that? And I'm like, what? And you're like, it sounds like a radio being played outside. So at two separate times, you actually heard something sounding like a radio. And now because I caught an EVP at the same time, like I think the reason why you clipped it and put it on YouTube too is that I think you feel like it was an EVP. I think it was like a spirit voice coming through at the time. Um, I have wrote down that it's clip number 13 where you hear the radio or the noise of the radio being played outside. It's not the same clip that I'm going to play for you now, but I felt like it was intriguing that you mentioned multiple times hearing what sounded like a radio being played.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't get a rating on the.
It does.
It does.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Well,
So again, by the fourth, I think I played that one a couple of times. You can kind of hear it. Again, it's noisy. But yeah, I heard "Let me go there," kind of like in that gravelly sound.
Yeah, I think the Let Me Go is very clear and it's they
Yeah.
trail off on there, but
There.
yeah, I think you can definitely hear Let Me Go.
Yeah. Ooh, ooh. I didn't even think about that. Given the location,
Mm-hmm.
maybe, and I said it's very gravelly. Maybe it was more of
Mm-hmm.
an act of something happening that I caught there. Ooh, God. Great, cool. So this next one, it's two voices and maybe three, but I couldn't make out what the other thing was saying, and it happens at the exact same time as these two voices. Um, and I don't understand what they're saying. But like I said, okay, it's two voices back to back. At this point, we're in the upstairs, this like the children's room, I guess. I don't know what else it would be called, but it was the livable portion of the house where the kids slept. This room.
I mean, there's other people obviously, but like,
I mean, maybe she was talking about like a service. There's a 6 o'clock. Oh shit. They were going to a late service, weren't they, when they were leaving the house that night?
Yes, they were
Oh,
actually.
that's wild. I didn't even think about that. But
So
it's you heard it like right? It's like a woman sounding voice too.
absolutely. I think the 6 o'clock part is very loud.
Hmm.
You can hear the Let Me In also. I mean, those are more faint, but you can hear them.
Yeah.
But yeah, 6 o'clock is very loud.
Ooh,
I think so.
that's cool. I thought that that was really loud too. Again, like how did I miss all of these the first time I listened to this? I don't know. Because I think it's pretty loud now. And this was also at the time like Wendy is checking around because it was still daylight. We're noticing that like people are still outside. So like there's I think maybe at some point I don't know if I recorded it here or I'm playing it in the clips here, but you're looking out the windows and you're talking about, okay, there's a couple of kids in the yard. We're just making sure that we're documenting all these other noises, but that there's a 6 o'clock coming through. There wasn't like a person standing outside yelling that at the house. Like they would have had to have been pretty close to the house saying something like that.
No, and we never heard voices like that from inside the
No.
house. Now, I don't know what people think that the video cameras, audio, or an audio recorder can pick up, but the most that we ever heard was Johnny Hauser lived next door at the time, and he has some kids, and they were outside playing, and then they were all him and like some adults were on a porch like a screened in porch type situation, hanging out until about 9:30 or so or something, maybe 10. And then people would pull up to take pictures in front of the sign.
Hmm.
So you would always just hear like low chatter, but there was
Yeah.
never like anybody outside like screaming something.
Right, right. Definitely like muffled. It wasn't where you could pick out the words as clearly as you can, like when I'm playing these clips for you. But if you're in a house, like you hear, like if someone's outside, like talking to somebody, but you just can't make out what they're saying. It's just like a muffled voice.
Right.
And these are not those. These are spirit voices that are coming through at the house that we're catching like on our cameras and on our recorders.
Hmm.
Um, I just wanted to point that out because it was still day. I mean, I'm about to go into a really long video when it was nighttime and the voices are coming through. They sound just the same. Oh, and another thing that I think is pretty unique is for the most part, I'm getting like the same, in my opinion, I feel like I'm getting the same voices, like maybe three or four voices is what I'm hearing. Um, okay, but this next one, help me with this one, Wendy. It's so good with what we're talking about. Like I feel like it might be me saying it. It's just it comes in right as I'm in the middle of saying words. Like I say something with my normal talking voice, and then a whisper comes in, and then I say something again with my normal talking voice. But it just goes in line so well with what I'm saying that I'm like, is this me or what? So what we're talking about is Johnny Hauser explained having an experience in the house to us. I don't remember what it was. Something about he. I don't know. I think maybe it's actually in this clip. So let me just play it instead of try to break my brain to search the memory. After I do this.
What was it, John said? Sorry, whispered.
Yeah, John.
He said that it was actually closed, and that's where the knock happened. And when he opened it up, there was a little porcelain doll sitting in there, and it like just freaked him out. Because that's not really what you want to see when you open up a door where something was just knocking. Where'd that ball come from?
It's been there.
And it like just freaked him out. Because that's not really what you. And it like just freaked him out. Because that's not really what you. And it like just freaked him out. Because that's not really what you. Because
You see what I'm saying? Like just the fact that it says that's not really okay. So he heard a knock, he opened a door and he saw a porcelain doll there and it freaked him out. That's the voice that's coming through, which to me, that's totally something that I would say, but I don't generally go from talking in my indoor voice to but I was also coming off of a possession. So, like, could this have been me? I don't know. What do you think?
That's hilarious if like voices were just coming out of you.
Jesus Christ.
But you weren't actually saying anything. Um,
Ooh,
no, it doesn't sound like you. So
okay.
I don't think that's you. I don't think that I've ever heard you whisper like that.
Right. It sounds like to me it does sound a little bit more masculine. I when I do whisper, I get kind of masculine-y, but I don't feel like I would have shifted. I just thought it was like I said, it's wild how they just filled in my sentence for me.
Hmm.
And did they fill in my sentence because they were intentionally freaking out Johnny Hauser and they're still getting a little like kick off of it because they're like,
Yeah.
hey, we
Yeah,
freaked him out.
they're proud of that shit.
I, I did that. That was me. The doll gets him every time. Oh my gosh. So but this next one's really weird. I get another name and it almost sounds like they're talking smack. And I think it's about Johnny, unfortunately, because I think he was a great guy. Like when we met him and talked to him, I thought he was super cool, but maybe they don't like him as much, or maybe they're talking about somebody else. So let me play this next one for you.
I really, really feel like it's going to be child spirits that are engaging.
I was just sitting.
I don't hear anything.
No, I was just sitting, and I'm telling you, I wasn't like,
Oh, and like thought or anything? Okay.
no.
I don't hear anything.
No, I was,
I don't hear anything.
no, I was,
I don't hear anything.
no, I was,
I could be getting all of this wrong. Now that I'm listening to the yes part actually sounds like no instead of yes.
No, it sounded like yes to me.
You heard it fine. Okay. It's
Yeah.
when I replay and then the I think John is glorified. Like it's kind of it's a low voice. I think John is glorified. Like it's just very low and like a deeper voice, but it's quiet. It's faint. Like there's low energy to it. It doesn't really like coincide with what we're talking about. As a matter of fact, like you heard me just saying right there, like what I felt like what we were going to be facing the night was like going to be more like childlike energy or entities. I wish I wish I knew then what I know now. But yeah, so I don't know if that was just a random comment. Maybe I'm getting it wrong, or maybe they were just voicing their opinion while we were in their space.
Yeah, it is a random statement for them to make, but if they're intelligent, hey,
Hmm.
that might just be their opinion, and
Right.
we might have just missed a conversation. We do that. That happens. We see that happens, that they're talking to each other and we're only hearing one side of the conversation.
Right.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, Johnny Hauser has done a shit ton of interviews and whatnot in that location. So if spirits are
Oh.
intelligent, then they're watching him talk about them and the events of the place on TV all the time.
Oh.
They might think he has a little bit of a big head.
Yeah, I guess I can see that. They might be just kind of tired of all of that. I mean, I guess especially if they are having to relive it constantly. Him coming in there and saying, this is what happened here and this is what happened there. So yeah, maybe that's what it is. When I first heard it, I'm like, I think John is glorified. You guys, come on. But yeah, so that's the first video that I have for you. Nothing too bad yet. That was just our daytime kind of walking through, getting the feel of the building. I did some stuff. We pulled out the trigger doll and all of that. So the second video I'm going to show you is there's a very long compilation from a couple of different audio clips. Like I started and stopped it because we started and then we stopped. We took a coffee break. We came back and started doing things again. And then I think we at some point left the house. So I think that this is actually a compilation of three or four audio recordings. But yeah, so the first one I'm going to play for you, and then I'm going to jump to YouTube to play a clip that Wendy has.
Steps too, because it would probably illuminate the staircase.
So the video that I'm going to play, it's not the same time, but I thought it was unique because it relates to this clip. So hang on, so I'm jumping forward. This is your video. We're sitting in the Stillinger sisters' room, and I think we're listening to the spirit box.
It was weird, but I mean, it sounded like a man's voice, but it kind of sounded like it said Sarah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. So I don't know if you could hear what I was saying, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
heard a man's voice. It kind of sounded like it said Sarah. And then when I clipped all of these, I'm just like, why is it saying Sarah or whatever? And then I went to the YouTube channel. I found that I was like, oh my God, I actually heard a man saying Sarah, and I got an EVP with it too. Let me replay my clip because I think it's pretty loud here.
Is one of their names not Sarah?
Yes, I think the mom was Sarah. Am I wrong? I don't know. I feel like it was Josiah and Sarah, wasn't it?
I'm trying to look it
Yes,
up
it is. I got it. It's victims, Josiah and Sarah Moore. Sarah was the
more.
mom.
That's right. Yeah.
So like I need Josiah too. I need that name to come through, but I don't. I don't have that in any of my clips, but I thought it was rad that I heard a man's voice saying the name Sarah, and then I actually got this. So I'm just gonna play this again because I think it comes through pretty clear, just so you can hear it again.
On the steps too, because it would probably illuminate the staircase.
What do you think?
I think it's great. I
Isn't
think
that
it's,
crazy?
yeah, I think it's very clear.
I don't the other voice, I guess they're up. I keep getting these two repeat voices. Like I said, I think I've got maybe three or four repeat voices through these clips. I guess they're up. To me, when I first heard that, I thought it was like a woman talking about the kids. I guess they're up. That could be residual. Um, or maybe I'm misinterpreting it. It could be a man saying, I guess they're up. Maybe he felt like he woke them up in one of the actings. I don't know what else to say about that. But to me, it sounds like two different voices. It doesn't sound like the same person saying both of these
Well, I would hope so because they don't really make sense together, too.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know because they kind of sound similar to me. And
You
maybe
hear it?
it's
Yeah.
just because they sound like both low male voices.
Yeah.
But I'm not really sure. But I do think that you can clearly make out what they're saying. It
Yeah.
doesn't make a whole lot of sense together, so it would make
Right.
more sense for it to be two separate entities.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm not really
Yeah.
sure about that, but I think you can clearly hear those words. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. That is how I feel about that too. This next one is a bit more on the quiet side. Not as loud, I think, as these are, but I think this is going to play one more time. No. All right, so no context there. We weren't actually talking about anything. We were both in the children's room of the house, like the front room upstairs, and we're trying to unpack some of our equipment. So you'll hear that's all that shuffling noise that was going on in the background. Um, I think a lot of my EVPs, like they like to talk to me when I'm totally not paying any attention, doing something else, especially messing with my equipment. So this voice comes through and it is really faint. And the fact that I'm messing around with my equipment, it makes it even harder to hear it. But I feel like it's someone saying, "What is your name?" It might also maybe be saying, "What do you need?" Like it's definitely a question, but the way it comes out to me, I feel like it's, "What is your name?"
I hear, what is your name? And I
You
think it
do.
is very clear.
Oh, cool. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, someone was asking us, which is kind of cool because like how often are they asking us questions? We're the ones always asking them things, and here they are asking us, and not we're not even paying attention. We're just like messing with my equipment.
Well,
So mind if I do?
to our
I know.
defense, we can't hear them. So
Yeah. Right.
maybe if
Yeah. Take
they,
that, ghosts.
yeah. So
Speak
they,
up, dummy.
exactly, they'll
Shit.
have to speak up
Oh,
a little bit.
that's why they're opening and closing doors in front of us. They're like, maybe you can see this.
Okay. Could have just simply said louder, what's your name?
Right, right. I would take that over a door opening and closing in my face again anytime.
Hmm.
So this next one, still in the same spot. We're still messing with equipment. I think this one might be a little bit louder. Yeah, I think you can hear us. That's the tripod click, click, clacking in the background.
Oh, is that what
Um,
that is?
yeah, one of the ones that we absolutely hate, making all that noise. Yeah, that click clack. But yeah, this same room again, and this voice comes through this time, and it says, "I told you we're in there." And like, I wonder where in there it is. Was it in the closet? Because we had been talking about the creepy closet, which this picture is kind of neat because there's like a weird white spot right over here by this ball.
Yeah, yeah, I see that. That's like what some people would be like, "Oh my God, there's an orb,"
Right.
you know?
There it is. Yeah.
But it's
That
dirt.
oh, I was gonna say I am some people. See my org. Yeah, but so this was kind of a friendly voice, just someone trying to give us a clue as to where they were. Um, this next one's actually really creepy. Creepy to me. It might not be creepy to you, but I find it pretty creepy. I don't know. I don't know which bed would have been a good one. All right. So again, no context because it's just how I do it. Just like jumping into every single one of these. You don't need to know what's going on.
That's what I do. What are you talking about? I thought you were just taking a page from me.
That's
Uh,
our What do
that's
you think about that?
that's super random.
I know.
I don't even know what to think about that.
It's so creepy because again, I feel like I'm hearing a male voice. It might not be, what you hear, but I feel like I hear a male voice. I feel like the actor was a male, and I'm hearing toodle-oo, just sort of in a weird, creepy, axe person kind of a voice. If you're watching a horror movie and the guy just went through and axed everybody, like, and he's like toodaloo, like that's, I'm like, nope, I don't even need any more EVPs. I'm done. Like I don't even want to listen to the rest of this. That's
Yes.
where my brain went. Yeah.
When you let it go there, that's
Yeah.
well, it's
Yeah.
not like
Right.
we ever wanted to go back to this place anyways, but
Yeah.
that doesn't
Right.
help.
It doesn't help. So this was actually again, we're still in the children's room upstairs, and I'm not 100% sure if they could even figure out what order the events took place in. If it was a toodaloo on the way out because he had finished what he was doing in the house. But that's what I hear. I don't hear anything else here. Let me back it up just a little bit. I mean, if he's saying something in another language, I wouldn't know. I foo like it's toodle-oo,
Yeah, and you know
you
what?
know?
It doesn't have to be a bad person that said it. It could be a residual sound left over from just a kid, a husband, anybody going out the door, you know?
Yeah, yeah, it could be. It could be something very genuinely nice. And
Uh-huh.
of course, I'm like, it was him.
Well, sometimes you just get gut feelings about these things too, of like who you're interacting with. So
Yeah,
I wouldn't disregard that thought or feeling, but but we
yeah.
don't know because it does just come out of nowhere.
Right.
Hmm.
Right. And following that one right up is a very negative EVP that I got, and it's very faint, but this is what I hear. So if you hear it and you feel like there's something else there, please tell me because I'm just getting a negative EVP.
Stairs creaking. It's a turn on stairs,
Yeah.
and then it's so closed in.
9:30. I mean, the only other thing I could say is maybe heel punch you, but I definitely, in my opinion, I hear the punch you very clear. It's the aisle or the first word that's kind of iffy.
I feel like I hear the whole thing very clearly. Are they talking to us or are they talking to each other? Or is it a residual sound between kids arguing with each other? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I just lucked out with this picture because we were on the stairs at that time. You even heard Wendy saying like she doesn't like the turn. She didn't like something about the stairs, and she thinks it has to do with that turn.
Hmm.
When I got that voice, that's like, "I'll punch you." I mean, we didn't end up getting hurt while we were in that house. It's just like we had explained in the beginning, a very negative vibe of the house itself. So if there was an energy there that was putting off a, hey, I'll punch you, I mean, we definitely felt that vibe, but we just never got punched. So thank
Yeah,
God.
but true. But at the same time, like it did feel like, and I think that there are EVPs out there that they did not want us in the house. Like someone did not want us in the house at a certain point in time.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it tend to happen in that kitchen or around these stairs. Like,
Yes.
and that is creepy because you're walking down the stairs, and then what if somebody's on the other side when you go to
Yeah.
turn and you're just gonna fall and bust your head on the stairs? But
It's
they're not
yeah.
super
This
steep, so I guess we'd
no,
be
they're not,
okay.
but they were tight and you could, yeah, you definitely couldn't see around that corner. So if something was there, you wouldn't know until it met you face to face. So this next one that I have is good because I have a YouTube video to play after this one to kind of go along with it. So let me play this next one for you. I think, yeah, we're in the living room. Wendy asked me to rock out on the piano, which I did. I did my one song that I know that I learned from playing the keyboard, and I did the best that I could. So I was hoping that it would help stir some activity up. Which, like, I didn't need that. We don't need to stir any activity up at this house. It's very active. But yeah, so I get a voice around that time frame.
I only know the chorus really of the two songs.
Okay, getting your way. There was just like a woman's voice.
There's like a what?
A woman's voice?
Jesus. So when I play the YouTube video, you'll be able to see where I'm walking around. I guess that's what that loud noise is during that clip, but I felt like the voice came through pretty clearly. When I go to YouTube, you can see the whole scene kind of play out, which is, you know, a lot better than what I just played for you. But the voice that Wendy has is different than the one that I have. So let me find that for you and then I'll play it. All right. And this should be the right clip. If not, then we're all just going to be in for a treat.
Play the piano, right?
Oh yeah, I know.
was just like a woman's voice.
There's like a what?
A woman's voice?
So it's very quiet. To me, oh, hold on, I'm still talking. Wait, YouTube, wait on me. But to me, it's completely different than the voice that I caught on the audio. And I'm holding the digital recorder in my hand and I'm walking away, and the camera is on the other side of the room. So I think we caught two different things here. I'm gonna play yours again.
Sorry, just got in your way. There was just like a woman's voice.
There's like a what?
A woman's voice?
Well, we were.
I feel like you heard the EVP that I got. I don't know, because when I hear yours, it sounds almost like childlike, and you're saying you hear a woman's voice. I don't know. Mine's kind of childlike too. So I don't know. Maybe you're hearing, I don't know.
I actually think yours doesn't sound super female, but how can
Mm,
we tell? Because
right,
I mean, they're it's not like they're just full on speaking. These are like kind of hushed things, right? And
right.
and I even have a very deep voice. Would I always sound like a woman to
No, right,
somebody
exactly.
like that was
Yeah.
just hearing my voice?
Mm,
I think it's the same EVP.
mm,
And I think it just sounds different because of the placement, because there's
yeah.
lots of times we're finding as we're reviewing our evidence so consistently that there's a video camera over here and an audio
Hmm.
recorder over there, and the audio recorder is built to pick up audio, and the
Yeah.
camera not as much. It's a part of the process, especially
Hmm.
older devices here. But
Hmm.
it'll sound one way on this device and it'll sound another on that device, but they got to be the same thing. Like it's
Right. Because it happened
some
at the exact same time.
at the exact same time. And that's not to say that two people, two spirits can't talk at the same time,
Yeah.
but I don't think so. I think it's the same EVP, especially since I couldn't make it out, and it just sounds different on mine because of the placement and the device.
Sure, sure. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. I had brought that up earlier, talking to Brandon about the digital audio recorder is such an awesome tool because it does pick up the sound quality so good. And like I am using a Sony. I have three of them because because I lost one, I got another one, and then I have the silver one that I've had for a decade, which doesn't have an SD card. It doesn't have a USB. It's the ancient one that we're actually listening to the EVPs from right now. It works great. I don't know why I was so like hung up on getting the Olympic, or what is the one that the ghost hunter, the ghost adventurers, they it's like an Olympus or something. It's
It's
a
a
million
Panasonic.
dollars.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's a Panasonic.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
Panasonic. Panasonic. But I read all up about that, and people think that specific model just has so many malfunctions that it like falsely creates these
No,
things.
really?
That's what
Oh,
people
dude.
say, but people
Okay.
disregard, they find lots of reasons to disregard, some
Yeah.
of the stuff that we find.
Yeah, so I thought that was cool again, where I got the EVP, you have a video to go along with it. So at least we're kind of piecing the puzzle together there. Because I always say that again, the audio is awesome. I love it. But without having the video portion to go along with it, anyone could say, oh, that was you, or that was you, or whatever. So like at least some of these I have a video to go along with the audio, and that's one of them. I thought that was kind of cool.
Love that.
Love it. Okay, so the next one, let me start sharing my screen again. We are in the living room still, and I get this other EVP. Wait. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So we're talking about the Stillinger's sisters, the room that they stayed in. This next EVP is really kind of drawn out. And it's kind of weird too, because we're in the living room. So I don't know. It's wild that it comes through in this at this point.
You know what I don't like?
Hmm.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about it.
Okay.
It's gonna make me nervous.
No.
It's that screen door.
Yeah, I know. I really don't like it.
I just rather them like
Take it off.
have a shade on the door.
Yeah. Okay, my bad. I read the wrong notes. I'd already flipped the page. So this is another one actually. I set this one up wrong completely. But you just heard what happened. Wendy is talking about what she doesn't like, that screen door. Wendy has a video of this at the exact same time. So it's just of us sitting on the bed. And in her video, she listed the voice as whispers. But again, like we just had a whole discussion on that. Like the audio on the camera isn't going to pick it up as clearly as the digital recorder. And I got this voice on the digital recorder. At least I think that's what it's saying.
Yeah, that's what I hear. And I I mean immediately afterwards I'm sure maybe I was aware, but I don't even remember being so freaked out about that screen door and then with what happened that it opened up. That's insane. Um,
Right.
but yeah, so it is like what you said. We told them exactly what bothered us, and they were
Yeah.
like, "Cool, we'll do those things to get you out of here."
Yes. Yes. They're like, oh, that's all it takes. I don't actually have to hurt you. Like they're telling us that they're going to punch us, but we're like, la da da, let's go down these stairs.
I
They're
think they
like,
can't actually punch us.
no.
But I mean, if they can open a screen door, you think they could punch you, but
Right,
I don't know.
right. I don't know. I don't know. Remember there was a story of some guy that kind of had a breakdown in the house, and I don't know if it was paranormal or if he actually had some kind of a breakdown while he was there. I felt like the way that the story kind of came around that it was just him having some
Mhm.
sort of a breakdown, and it wasn't like the house actually attacking him. But what do you remember about Amy and uh what's his name? Amy and Adam. Do you remember they investigated here and there was something about their investigation that we were so like keyed up about because it felt like something it reminded us of something that happened. Do you remember that at all?
Yeah, it's so funny because when
Yeah.
you were like Amy and you were thinking about it and you said Adam, I thought Amy Adams because I forget that
Oh,
there's like two
there's
Amy's,
two
right?
Amy's.
So
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
don't ever see the other Amy anymore. But Amy and Adam Berry, yes.
Yeah,
When they did Kinder Spirits, they went there and they said
yeah.
the same thing about how the house just felt like it came alive and like
Oh.
all of a sudden it just turned and it just the energy in there felt bad. But they're not the only ones. The kids from Destination Fear or Project Fear, that the both are their shows, they said the same thing. They said it just feels fine and then it doesn't. Like it's just like a switch that turns on and the energy changes there. And
Mm.
another Amy, Amy and Jared from Amy's Crypt, they fucking
Oh, I
hate
haven't
that
seen
place
that.
too.
Oh, good, good, good,
Yeah.
good. I that on that just the validation, because like as again, I'm this is at the top of my list of scary places because of the oppressive vibe that was there. Like nothing actually hurt us, but it felt like it was going to. It felt, and it didn't feel like that when we first walked in. So hearing that that happened to other people, I
It
mean, I
was
hate that they felt that way, but I love that they felt that way too because it's immediate validation for the way that we felt.
absolutely, yeah. It felt very validating hearing all of those groups saying it. Just one would
Yeah.
have made you feel like cool,
Yes.
cool, cool, but like multiple
Yeah.
ones to say it. Now, they're all got like shows and stuff. So did one see it on, did the Project Fear kids see it on Kindred Spirits and think we're going to copy what they're doing? But I don't know.
Mm,
I don't know. Just knowing that
mm.
we've gone to a lot of places that have been on TV and we have not
Mhm.
had the same experience as the people that went there on TV. Like most of these places are pretty chill. This one is not chill, you know? So it was the
Yeah.
first time that the stories matched from what other people were experiencing. And actually, all of those TV episodes came after we had been there before.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. We were the first ones to say it didn't feel good. So actually, we were the one that started knocking down those dominoes. Dit, 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 dit. Um, and we have a TV show. Well, a YouTube show. Does that count? It's just that I don't know if we had, I'm sure we said it on the podcast, but whatever. Um, I'm not going to say that they copied us. I feel validated in knowing that I love Amy's script. I think she's awesome. I used to love Kindred Spirits. I mean, I still would. They're just not on TV anymore. I don't know what. It sounds like they're going to get another show though. I just don't think it's Kindred Spirits.
I think
Um,
I think Travel Channel went real hard with all the ghost shows at one point in time,
yeah,
or the whoever owns the Discovery Channel, you know. And then all of a sudden they were like, why the fuck do we all of a sudden have 27 ghost shows? And so they just
yeah,
started axing them after
excellent.
that
Yeah,
and got it back down to just Josh Gates and whatever he wants to do and Ghost
hmm,
Adventures and whatever they want to do. So yeah, I think some of those people are trying to come back, but they're a good
yeah.
show. Did I believe them every single time? You know, I think
Oh,
but when it comes to this location, I'm like,
right.
yes, 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 which
Yeah.
gives me a little more faith in them. Yeah.
I love that in Kindred Spirits, they would go to a location and then they would go and then research the location like they've just found all of this information and then they would go and put that into in the practice, into the investigation.
Hmm.
Um, and I love that setup, but I also know that it takes a whole lot longer to do all that research. And I know that they have a whole crew of people that can do that and just sort of spoon feed that information to them, which I also love. Like I would like to be spoon fed all the details when I
Yeah.
get there. That's great. It's entertaining. And I did like that show. I like Chip Coffee too. I like him. But yeah, I mean, if Travel Channel just wants to do a separate channel that's just like Ghost Channel and put all the shows on it, you would have me. I would pay. I would pay for that channel. I would totally do it. But until then, we got YouTube, and I don't have to pay for that channel. So cool.
True, true, very
That's
true.
where I live.
And a lot of those, the YouTubers out there, I mean, not all of them, but there's quite a few that it they do it like we do it. So,
Yeah.
except for it's produced in this show-like format that's nice to watch, but
Yeah.
they're real investigators. So it's
Mhm.
not this over dramatized thing that
Right.
you kind of get on TV sometimes with Ghost Adventures.
Right. Right. Right.
But
Yeah.
every once in a while, Kindred Spirits would be a little dramatic. They wouldn't be like Ghost Adventures, but they would be
Right.
a bit much. What was the funniest thing about Kindred Spirits is when they would have a crew of fucking cameramen around them, and Amy would be like, "What was that? There's nobody in here."
Yeah.
Except for
Except
the
the 40 people that are with you.
Except for the cameraman in the closet and the one in the hallway too. And
Yeah.
it's just like, okay, I mean, maybe
Uh-huh.
that they would speak up if they're the ones that made that noise or whatever.
Right.
But just like to try to pretend that you don't have a cameraman where it's very obvious is a
Right.
little like, stop it.
That's right. I feel like they have more of an entourage where, like, what was the Katrina Weidman, Nick Groff show, The Lockdown?
I
I
really
think
like
that
that.
I did too. I missed that show. Like, I feel like it was obvious who their cameramen were because every now and then the cameraman would be like, whoa. And then they would start filming the cameraman.
Yeah, he became part of the show. I don't remember his name anymore, but he kind of came became part of the show after they went to some old hospital and he was the one that saw something like crawling on the ground or whatever.
Right.
Then they started showing him more because they could tell, I guess, that he was like tuned into those
He was,
things.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, they did have that one cameraman who I don't think slept with them overnight there, but he definitely
Yeah.
would investigate with them. Yeah, we need
Yeah.
more shows on TV, but because I like watching YouTube, but I don't like the format of YouTube.
Yeah.
The way you have to like search to find the videos or
Yeah.
how they don't start. Like, I don't know. It's a
Yeah.
stupid thing to complain about, but when you're on Netflix and they just
Yeah.
watch you're marathoning a season of something, and so they just
Mhm.
keep going to the next episode, and you're like, sweet.
Yes.
That's all I
Yes.
wanted to do is sit
That's
here. I
I
want
love that too.
YouTube to do
Yeah.
the same thing. It's all.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. Just line them up and then I'll just sit here and whine out while I with all the go shows.
Yeah, and
100%.
in the proper order. Like YouTube will do that,
Yeah.
but I feel like they don't do it in the proper order or something.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it just kind of plays whatever it wants. Like, okay, but I recommend this one and now I recommend this one and it just kind of jumps around.
Right. And I'm like, no, I want to see the next one, like from last
Right.
week. Anyways, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Sorry. to rant.
That's okay. And well, I got it started, so my fault. But very valid. I agree with you on that. So going back to the Villisca house, and still before our first, or actually before our second caffeine break. This next one was the one that I was trying to line up a second ago, and I got my notes wrong. We're in the living room, sitting at the piano, and this is where we're talking about the Stillingers, the room the Stillinger sisters had stayed in.
Lights on the house.
Oh.
They look like lights.
I don't know if you could hear it, but when the voice that comes through, it says, "What are you doing?" And then in my room, there's
Hmm.
almost like this, like, kind of like a weird breathy coming through at the same time. And I thought that that was so fascinating because when I was listening to the Copper Queen, I heard that same noise when I was getting an EVP. It didn't happen all the time. It was just uh, an EVP. And this is the only time I hear it throughout all of my EVPs. So let me play it again. So I don't know if you can hear it.
Yeah, no, I totally hear what you're saying. It's like a wisp sound.
Yeah,
I heard it the first time, but I just kind of contributed it to the
the
fact that
background noise. Yeah.
well, no, that like they're whispering or something. But you're right.
Mhm.
It's not, it's like a sh
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
there's words happening at the same time. So yeah, that is weird.
It is weird. And another thing that I want to point out, where I hear it in the Copper Queen, where I was getting an EVP, it was when we were out of the room at the time. So even though this is an EVP and it's on a much older Sony digital recorder, and we were in the room and I'm clearly moving around, I hear that same noise at two different locations. So I feel like that has something to do with the spirit's energy.
Yeah, in the way it's like going out, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
Hmm.
Yeah. Maybe the spirit pops in and as he's leaving, I don't know.
Yeah. No.
It caught some weird noise. Yeah.
Yeah, you think Casper the Friendly Ghost, and then
Yeah.
yeah, I got it.
Yeah, that one was friendly. I don't have any, and honestly, I think all the ones we got at the Copper Queen were pretty friendly too at the same time when I got that weird noise. So maybe it just has to do with that entity's energy. But I thought that that one was pretty neat. What are you doing in my room? Again, we were in the living room. I'm sure. I guess maybe someone slept there at some point in time, or maybe they just met in general. But yeah, that wasn't one of us that said that.
No, no, not at
No.
all.
So this next one, we're in the, geez, I don't know where I didn't put where we are, but there is a YouTube video of this one. And for whatever reason, I think we're sitting on the bed. I think we're sitting on this bed right here. And I'm having problems, believe it or not, with my earbuds falling out of my ears, just like they are while we're recording. Um, and like it pops out. Of course, these are the ones that I'm talking about in the clip. They're corded. I've got it like connected to the recorder because it amplifies the sound. And it's really good when you're ghost hunting because sometimes you can hear those voices in real time. So I was plugged in, but they keep popping out. And then I get this voice that comes through at the same time, but it's really, really faint. And I'm not sure if the AC is running or not, but I know the voice is really faint. This keeps coming out.
That was it, turn it off.
I clipped it terribly too. So good luck hearing that one.
And it's hard because we're messing with like a camera or something, is what it sounds like. But you
Yeah.
can hear it. I mean, I can hear it because
Yeah.
I run into the same kind of stuff all the time. It is a faint voice
Mhm.
that's happening at the same time all that loud noise is happening.
Right. Yeah. It could have been a voice on the wind, or if maybe the background noise wasn't so loud, maybe we'd be able to hear it a little more clearly. But yeah, that's kind of what I picked out from those words. If it's saying that, I don't really know because it's a hard to hear kind of EVP. But the next one I think is a little bit more clear. And we're still in the Stillinger sisters guest room.
Need to go.
A lot of toys and
Are you making good friends? Whoa.
I mean, like, what is all of this? No, like I even told my husband about that one. I'm like, this place was so creepy, and now I'm getting this creepy whispery voice saying they were perfect. Like, no, sir, not interested.
It's pretty loud too. It seems very loud. That photo is ridiculous because my arms look like they're
Oh,
stretching out. But
I'm so sorry. I love the picture. This was, you were talking about the hair on your arms was
mhm.
standing up.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
you remember that?
Yeah. Um,
Um,
but it's just funny because I don't know. It just looks weird. But yeah,
okay.
that's really loud.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
like that.
I don't like that either. So let me jump to these next two. They're out of place because when I was putting everything together, I realized that I'd skipped them. So I think this puts it, yeah, both of these next two put us back upstairs in the room that I'm calling the children's room, but it's the top room where all of the beds were where the children slept.
I wish I could figure out my tripod situation.
Can't I pull this thing out? All right, so this is again where we were unpacking our equipment and we're fidgeting with whatever like our tripods and what you heard me just say I can't really pull this thing out. I brought a camera that's good with night vision, but I realized at some point in time that I had to have a battery source and we didn't have any other sources unless you brought like a battery pack. I think there was one extension cord, but we couldn't run it up the stairs. So we were kind of struggling at that point, like, what are we going to do? So you hear me say, I can't really pull this thing out. So that's not the EVP, but I hear another voice that kind of comes through saying either record them to or report them to. And I don't know if it's a fragment of a sentence, like if it's report them to Danny DeVito, like report them to the judge, or if it's report them to talking about us to.
Hmm.
That's kind of how I felt that it was saying, and that's why I put it report them too. Like it was talking about us. Like it didn't like that we were setting up equipment in that house. Report them to,
Yeah.
and you know,
Yeah, it is interesting, saying them two, and there's just two of us. I do
yeah,
think that report is not as clear. So,
yeah. It
um,
could be record. Yeah,
it could be something along that lines, but them two is very clear. Yeah. And
yeah,
and we're messing with their stuff. So,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Which is funny because the next one, so this one I felt like it said report or record something them too. This next one is about recording again. And there's a little bit more to it, but I can't make out what else it's saying. But it's in the same spot and it kind of happened around the same time. So you'll probably hear background noise again. Like it's very faint. Stop recording it. I don't know if they're trying to say a name or something. But I definitely hear the stop recording it part clearly, at least.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay. So the next set of clips that I've got here, and I think I've got, yes, six. These are after our one of our breaks. Not like the first one, but like the second break, I guess. We came back. I think maybe this is where we had like a little bit of food and we're back in the house itself. So it's late at night. I think at some point I even say the time again, maybe not. But that's where we are. We're kind of on what I've noted was these are six clips from a 2 hour long recording.
Yeah, it's kind of,
Oh, then this would make this room tight.
yeah. It just seems like the parents would have, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I'm such a terrible person. I stopped it right as it was saying she was sleeping, but we were in this room where the picture is, and this little voice kind of comes in saying very softly she was sleeping.
Don't like these.
No, yeah, no, I don't like a lot of these going forward. So let me see. This next one, I think for the most part, I don't need to say it. Yeah, I think we're basically in the still injured girls room for these six clips.
I was talking to us about the owner. I was like, I should remember her name.
And I do.
It's on like their Facebook stuff, I think, of like who to contact.
And I do.
It's on like their.
And I do.
It's on like their.
And I do.
It's on like their.
So the tourniquet is being whispered. It's
Right.
very quiet, and it comes after "How'd I do" is so loud, like we could have just turned on a radio. Like it's so loud.
Yeah, that is odd. That is
I
odd.
That's really weird because this is I think that this is around the time when we're starting to not get a good sense of not a good vibe in the house again. Like we're being quiet, we're sitting in the room, we start to hear noises. It's weird, like that was such a loud voice, like you feel like we would have been like, what the hell was that?
Oh,
And
for
neither of
sure.
us heard it,
For
you
sure.
know?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty wild. This next clip, oh shoot, I rewound it. So let me play that again.
And I do.
It's on like their.
And I do.
It's on like their.
And I do.
It's on like their.
Okay, so this and yeah, the tourniquet was so weird. Yeah, that's like, if someone's hurt, you put a tourniquet on, right, to like
Yeah.
stop the blood
Yes.
flow, sort of.
Yes.
So, yeah, and we do know that people were hurt here. So, but so it's a valid EVP, but again, not one that I was expecting for EVP bingo. Um,
Hmm.
this next one is a longer clip, and I think we're starting to talk about how we heard voices or noises in the room, in the house, excuse me. And there's one EVP that comes through at this point.
Like is reliable. But and that is a really long cord.
Oh, I lied. There's faint voices too, but I couldn't make them out. I think that's another reason why I played this one so long.
It is a really long cord, but I can't see it making it all the way upstairs.
You hear that?
Uh-huh.
Wonder what that was. It sounded like the floor creaking, but I guess it could have been a door hitting the,
Or plastic
yeah,
on the windows.
yeah.
But I'm sure the plastic on the window's been blowing and we
Yeah.
hadn't heard it. So I would almost think something creaking.
Yeah.
Since we've been here for a while and that's the first time we've heard something that loud.
Yeah.
And it's not like the wind just started blowing.
Right. Right.
But
Yeah, so that is kind of the moment where, like I said, we were sitting there very quietly and we start to hear noises. I think there actually might be what sounds like a step in that clip too, but I didn't, there's nothing that comes up to tell you that that's what I hear. But we're perfectly still on the bed. Like I was so worried that I was going to break that bed that I didn't want to move as soon as I sat down on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it got worse when I heard noises because then I'm like, oh God, what do I do? Do I bolt? Do I just sink into this bed? What do I do? But yeah, so there's some faint voices, and you can kind of hear them while we're being quiet. I can't make out what they're saying, but we are at that moment hearing things. So whether that's part of it or not, I can't say. But then that other voice comes through that says, I'll teach the girls. Teach, it could be a residual, it could be, let's sit down and have a lesson. I know that they were a religious family. Maybe they're talking about a Bible study. I hope maybe that's what it was, and it wasn't something negative, but I don't know. I feel
I,
like it's negative. Is
I
that what you're gonna say? Like, I don't have good vibes at this point on.
Oh gosh. The thing is that so you hear a deep voice, right?
Yes, here I can play. What do you hear?
No, I'm just saying the
Oh,
voice sounds very familiar from other
oh,
EVPs that I remember
yeah.
and getting in this location. And they were intelligent and they were talking to us. So I think it's directed towards us.
Yeah, us
Hmm.
two girls. Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah, I feel that, and I think that you're right. Because that's what I'm saying. Like I felt like I was getting the very same voices. A lot of times of what you caught too, which is great because it all goes together as one, one whole story wrapped up in a bow. It's not a nice story. Um,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Because I just don't think if it's the family that is haunting that location and this is dad, why is he like that? So
right.
I don't think that it's him. I think it's a Harry Potter Horcrux situation and that somebody kind of imprinted their
Yeah.
their spirit or a piece of themselves onto the location.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, I was just having that same conversation, and so I'm happy that it wouldn't be the family members, in any, form of fashion. I wouldn't want them to be there reliving any of that. But, if they're reliving happier times, okay, cool, 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 cool. But then also to think that they would be there with this other entity, which is very negative, very not good vibes, which might be the imprint of the person that's, caused this family to leave the earth. I would hate that. So I don't want any of that, but I know that there's something here just from going through all of these. I mean, I knew there was something there. I didn't have to go through this shit. But yeah, I felt like it's a negative. I try to tell myself that it's not, but I don't think that it was anything other than a negative voice.
Hmm.
So this next one isn't as bad, just weird. We're still sitting kind of quietly in the room, the Stillinger sisters' room.
But 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 like on those stairs
Yeah,
in complete darkness.
yeah.
I mean, we do have those lanterns and stuff.
Yeah. They're being nice this time. Please stand up. But yeah, this is us talking about our game plan for the rest of the night now that we're starting to feel bad about where bad, like that negative oppressive feeling that we were discussing earlier. So we're talking about the game plan for the rest of the night, and otherwise like I'm just like, yeah, sure. Yeah. Like I'm just agreeing with Wendy because I'm like, what the hell is happening? There's something bad happening. And then this voice comes through that says, please stand up. So again, don't know. Could have been residual. It could have been someone actually being nice, asking us to kindly see our way out of the room.
It's so hilarious because hearing the EVP, not just reading it, but like hearing it, and then the way that you just said it, that the way that I hear it in my head is from the Eminem song.
Oh, please stand up. Please
Yeah.
stand up. Yeah, right.
Especially since it's like replayed.
Yeah,
But
it is.
but taking us back to location, yes. Maybe I mean it did feel or it would make sense that they are making all that racket to draw us away from that room.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yes.
and we're probably like not doing it fast enough for them. So they're
Right.
like, just stand up, get off my bed, get out of
Right.
here.
Yeah, I think that this was the politest thing
Uh-huh.
that we got. We didn't hear it at the time, of course. It would have been hilarious if we're frozen solid and we both heard, "Please stand up." We'd be
Yeah, it
like,
would be like, please stand up. Yeah, it
yeah.
would just start playing in my head. Like,
You know what's funny? It's to me that you mentioned that when we were entering into the house, I think for this time, we started singing an Eminem song. I said, "Guess who's back? Back again." And then we started singing along with it. So I guess that Eminem is the one of the soundtracks or that you have to listen to when you're in Iowa. uh, this other one that I got is really out of place. We start moving around. I think we are actually trying to get up at this time. So you'll hear some shuffling around. It's really fast. It comes through, and it's a name.
Really put Nancy here, so yeah, let's see how we're doing. I don't want to forget her with the other one.
That light's gonna come on when you get close, just so you know.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, as soon as we got.
See, and so I didn't see any of that name as being a part of this location, but that's what I'm hearing. Maybe it's something else, or maybe it's just maybe one of their pastors or something was a Father Matthew or something, and it's just a residual.
yeah. Also, I don't know. It kind of sounded like, play it one more time, can you?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
That light's gonna come on when you get close, just so you know.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Huh. I just wondered if it said behind you.
Oh, that would make a lot of sense.
But but I can see where you get Matthew out of it too, because it's very weird. It's a
Yeah,
weird the way it's like blowing in or something, you know? But it'd be
yeah,
like behind you. Or
that would make more sense.
or it's Matthew, you know?
Right. Yeah.
I, I don't know. I
Well,
when I heard it, I hear behind you, kind of,
okay.
but very, very breathy. So maybe Matthew does make more sense. And it's harder to hear stuff through this program too.
Right. No, I honestly, like when I heard it, I'm like, but it just didn't make any sense for that word, that name to just pop in. Unless, like I said already, it's residual, it's a memory or something, and I just don't know all of the puzzle pieces.
Hmm.
Behind you makes a lot more sense because they were being very consciously like interacting with us or trying to like please stand up. So for them to say behind you after that would make sense instead of please stand up at you. Like, what are you talking about? But so I buy that. I'll go back and listen to it again and see if maybe make like my brain just said this is the word and then it just stuck.
Right.
I'll and see if maybe behind you makes more sense and then I'll change it and upload it with that instead. I do like behind you better. Like it just fits. This one, okay, so this next one's gonna be kind of hard. The voice is loud, but I'm moving, and I'll tell you, like in the very beginning of the clip, but then you'll hear the EVP repeat with the noise, and you'll think it's part of the EVP. I tap my foot on something, and I say that was my foot, but then you'll hear it with the words. So when you hear when you hear the word, don't think that that's along with the noise because it does make it fits, but it's not. It's my foot.
Yeah, as soon as we got off that bed, there were some noises over there too. It's probably just the floorboard settling after we got up. But
Oh, I kind of meant like the,
that was my foot. Sorry.
like it sounds like water running or something.
Oh, no, I don't hear that.
But it's not.
I hear that.
But it's not.
I hear that.
But it's not.
I hear that.
But it's not.
Yeah, we knew it was in the kitchen, but why is it talking about clapping? Like, is
I
this the for real Conjuring movie? Because that was all played out.
I don't know. That is weird because on the repeats, I tried to see if I could make out something else, and
Yeah,
no, it just sounds like clapping. So
yeah,
I don't know. That's weird. That's
that is
random.
weird. Or again, they're trying to get us to get out. So he's saying, I asked him nicely, I clapped, I said, I'm behind you. Like I did everything I could.
Yeah, I
But from
guess
the
that's
kitchen.
it. Yeah, they could be in the kitchen clapping and we just don't hear it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got two EVPs here. The clapping is a lot louder than the one that says kitchen. The kitchen's kind of faint.
Yeah.
And all right, you don't have much more to suffer through. I have reached the point of the of the recordings where we have left the house. So yeah. So and I'm gonna be frank with you. I have not listened to the entire while we were out of the house, but I did listen to a good part of it. So I've got a couple of EVPs and some strange noises. If I come across later on when I'm finishing up listening to the rest of the audio, and I've got any like bangers, then I might just do a follow-up later on. But it seemed like for a good part, the energy kind of died down after it didn't have our energy to feed off of. You know what I'm saying? So I could be wrong. I could find some major EVPs later on down the road and have a follow-up. But what I'm going to show you now is all the rest of the audio that I recorded. And this was probably about 2.5 hours after we left the house, like through that time frame. So part of the reason why I think that that one's so weird, again, we are not in the house, but the barn is supposed to be haunted too. So is this a spirit that needs to be given permission to go to the barn to haunt it up? Or could they see that we were in the fucking car and they're like, hey, the party's outside. That's where we need to
No,
be.
negative. That Sorrento's not letting you in.
Yep, yep. Anyway,
I think that we are I think we've asked the question quite often and gotten a response that spirits cannot travel from, I mean, well, I guess I don't know. It varies,
all
right?
right.
But there's a number of spirits that have said that they're stuck in a location. So
Right.
yeah, I think it's asking, like, can you take me out there with you to the barn, to the car, wherever? They just
Hmm.
are probably stuck in the house and they're asking us to take them with them.
Yeah.
I don't know how they think we're going to do that. It's probably impossible, is what I'm thinking, but they don't know that.
Right. I think that I'm glad that they don't know that. The whatever spirit that attached itself to me from Edinburgh wasn't there to give away his or her secret. Um, but yeah, I assume that it has to do with like an attachment, like for them to not be able to leave. But I thought that was so weird. And it's a very clear EVP too, because there's no contamination. So that
Hmm.
comes through, and I'm not moving around. I'm not messing with equipment. It's just a nice, clear EVP.
It is,
Um,
yeah.
what, and it's disturbing, just like all the rest of them. This next one is it's a faint EVP, but it's kind of cute how it coos a little bit. I'm not saying that it's cute like it's a child voice, but the way that the voice comes through, it kind of coos the words. Coo like a an owl or hoo hoo or a baby coo. I don't know how to describe. it's a weird one. Can you hear the noise that follows it? Who's there? Some kind of a weird noise after that.
Yeah, yeah, you can. That one's weird.
Mm.
That one almost creeps me out more
Oh yeah.
because I mean, sure. Like we have owls that hang out in our neighborhood, and you don't just hear them like constantly. Like
Mm-mm.
they're sitting on the rooftop next, in the house next to you, and you'll hear them, and then they fly away, and then they're
Yeah.
gone. They live in this neighborhood, but
Yeah.
they're too far over to hear them anymore. So I could say we never heard any owls, but I mean, who
Mm.
knows? We might be talking, we might be eating, we might be sleeping at this point, but you hear the there afterwards. So it
Right.
that who I think is a legit like EVP, and it's just so it's not like any of the voices that we've heard.
Oh, I kind of felt like it was the same as toodle-oo, like just the
Oh.
way, like this voice that kind of wants to sing. I don't like him either. Like this is not the place for singing, sir. This is not a good thing unless you're dad and this is just your, imprint. But I don't feel like it. I feel like it's a bad thing again. Who's there? Like I said, it kind of coos in,
Yeah.
but like that toodaloo was also very like sing song.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's kind of strange.
They are.
Um, so this last half of the video is a compilation of a bunch of noises that were caught on the digital recorder, which actually was sitting at the top of the stairs for this entire time while we were out of the house. There is some faint voices and an EVP that was caught during this time too, but this is all weird noises that don't do anything but freak me out even more about this location. So let me play this little bit for you. And like I think it's all of like 1 minute and 43 seconds. Yeah, I forgot to mention that you've probably already like lived this because you have a video on YouTube of these thumping noises too.
Yes,
Um,
they're not as loud because the camera was in the kitchen. And so this is coming from upstairs and
well,
on those
yeah,
stairs.
or again, like the digital audio is just picking up a little bit more clearly. But you're right, it's quieter on the camera's audio. The house was completely silent except for whatever's happening. When I first started hearing these noises, I was like, was there a raccoon in the house? Like just it's so weird, it's so noisy. But then I got EVPs too, and I'm like, this is so like some residual like bad noises, I think.
Yes, I don't like that.
No,
I don't like this place.
I don't. No,
Period.
right.
I would go back just because I felt like I don't know. I don't know why. I just feel like, I would like to go back thinking that we'd be a little stronger, tougher to hang in there or something. But
Yeah.
I don't know because it is pretty awful. And that's just a horrible sound.
It is.
And so people that want to like try to come up with logical excuses for it or something, I don't know. I don't know if you could say like, oh, it maybe it's a car door outside. Why is it happening that often? You know?
Yeah, I got
Are,
more.
yeah, are we
And it's
opening every single door of every car in the neighborhood and slamming them shut?
right. No.
And then the EVP on top of that, and when we were
Yeah.
in that house, we heard these noises on the stairs. Like we
Yes.
heard step, step, step down those stairs, and it was so obvious that it was coming from inside the house. It was not coming from anywhere else.
Right.
So I 100% believe these sounds are coming from within the house because we lived it, we were there, we
Yeah.
experienced hearing them with our own ears in the house, and they're just so loud on this recorder. I hate it.
I do too. And I think that it was easier to pick up at this point because again, we were out of the picture. There was no more like contamination. Like I did a lot of shuffling around. Like you heard, like I think that I was actually holding the recorder a good portion of it. And I'm just like every little noise that you make with that, it picks it up so loud as if I'm dragging my thumb across the microphone part of the recorder. But I really wasn't. It's that good of a mic. So now that the house is completely silent, we're out of it. I think that it was just able to pick it up a lot more clearly. And then like some of them, because like there's still some more that I got for you. There are some more voices here, but I wasn't able to make them out. And some more noises. I feel like there's some movement this time instead of it just being like thump, thump, thump. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this off. I backed it up just a little bit so that your ears can adjust again, and try to play some more of this horrible crap for you. So like that part was really faint, but it wasn't the loud thumping anymore. It felt like something was moving around, which is exactly like what we heard.
Yes. Yes, and I don't know if it's because so like I always do, I have the volume on my computer turned up completely. It's so I can hear all your EVPs. So I'm blowing my eardrums out. Plus,
Me
they're
too. Yeah.
noise canceling headphones. So it doesn't sound faint to me at all. It
Yeah.
sounds obvious. And like that right there tells you there's no fucking way it's somebody outside. Like, because the thud, okay, if I'm slamming a car door, it can make a thud noise. How are you going to make that sound? That's
Right.
somebody walking around on those wood floors.
Right. 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 Like that immediately when I heard that again, I'm like, someone's in the house.
Yes,
Someone is in the house.
someone is definitely in that house. And you know what? I was just thinking about it as you're playing these god awful sounds to me. I don't want to go back there. I don't,
I
I would love to go back, like, because I think that we just, we're more seasoned or whatever, and then just really try to hang in there
know.
and not let, if we worried that the energy changed in the house because us, like, because we both got scared and our scared energy filled the house is active. And
Yeah.
so it would be great to go back to try to, get more evidence and see if we can get something to actually move, get something like that
Yeah.
on camera because it's super haunted, right? But
Yeah.
hearing these thuds and God, ooh, I don't want to cry, man. Um what
Right.
happened in this house? I just feeling like, oh, also US Ghost Adventures. own it now, right? So we don't want to go
Yeah.
there. So so we also just not a super fan of how they do business, but well, it's really just how they jack up the prices.
Right.
But it is kind of, and I know we went there. And a lot of the places we go and there's been horrible things that have happened at those locations and we're like kind of cool. That means there's ghosts, right? I don't
Yeah.
like, the story of this family and then people to go there and just like, I don't know, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Maybe there's just way too much proof
Yeah.
of what evil entered that house.
No, I was going to mention that it's weird to say that we actually got it at a good time. We didn't have a good time, but yeah, now that US Ghost Adventures owns it, I think that they did sort of like what they did to the Lizzie Borden house, and they chopped up portions of it where you rent a room. And it's probably, I'm just guessing because of what they did to Lizzie Borden in the basement. They just threw up a curtain and said, okay, this is your section of the basement that you're paying for. This is what you get. So I think that's what's going on with the Axe House now. So um I can't imagine anybody sleeping in that. Like, I cannot imagine anybody sleeping in that place. I cannot for the life of me.
No, and had because Johnny told us that we could sleep in the house. He didn't have a problem with us even sleeping on the furniture, which like the beds did not feel like we should sleep on them. But
No, no.
the couch and stuff was okay. So and we had sleeping bags, so we expected to sleep on the floor in the living room. But had we been
No.
in the house and these sounds were going on, just no, just
No,
no.
that's exactly, like, let's just say we decided to sleep in the parents' room because that was a bed and probably one of the biggest ones where we could just, both be together at the same time. And we heard my recorder was upstairs picking up those noises with everything else being quiet. Pretty sure we would have heard that with our own ears too. We would have jumped out the damn window. Like, there's no way I'm going back down those stairs. I don't know where that is. Is it in the closet? Is it in the attic? Is it in where is this? Terrified. When I'm hearing these bangs, that's what thump thump. I'm like, I'm so sorry that I'm putting you through this.
Oh, I tried to put you through it again. Remember, it was months ago. I was like, we should go back to Iowa.
You
That
know what? That's
conversation ended in tears too.
Oh God. I would like to go, and what you were saying was to redeem ourselves.
hmm
I would, and I understand that I cannot go to Edinburgh first because apparently something's just going to jump me and I'm just going to be fucked up. Um, or shit, maybe it'd be you that time. I don't know, but I do not like the combination of Edinburgh and Villisca. Um, and as far as I'm concerned, we could just take Villisca right on the fuck out of that equation altogether. And then I'll think long and hard about going back to that Edinburgh place. But
I think that, I see so many people go to Edinburgh and like not have an experience like you. And so you think like, well, let's just try it again. Maybe it won't this time. Maybe you
right.
just avoid that one room, that caused it,
Yeah. Yeah.
or started it. But also, just like you said, there's so many other locations. Why don't we
Yeah.
just, that
All
was an
right.
experience. Let's move on.
We did it. We checked the box. We did the thing. And like I said, I don't even think that you can get what we got now because US Ghost Adventures. I could be totally wrong. Look it up online and see. But now that they've got it, there's a pretty good chance that you have to just get a section of it and just deal with the rest of the strangers that are in the house. Which, I mean, that's a thing that I'm not interested in doing either.
No,
So,
that location is too tiny for something like that. It's not
yeah,
big enough. Now, the I could see that they would try to overbook it because they think there's space in the barn for like people to take
right.
turns. Shit, there
Oof.
was noises happening in the barn. I don't want to be in there.
No, no, when we were trying to decide where we were going to sleep, I'm like, I don't even like the barn. Like, where are we going to go? Up in that hay area, like the top part of it? No, then we're totally trapped if something comes up for us.
Yes, and there were a bunch of noises up there too. And like
There
maybe it's
was.
the wind and the rafters and whatever is what we couldn't figure out, but it would have just plagued us. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
just kind of felt trapped and there was way too many, well, the barn, there was way too many noises going on upstairs, too many windows downstairs, and then the
Yeah,
house has a mind of its own. No,
it
thank
does.
you.
That house really is alive. So I don't need to play any more of the banging sounds. You get it. You hear what's going on. I do want to play the video though, since this is the Villisca show, and we need to. I think that this is a good time to bring it back out. I want to blow the dust off of an amazing clip that Wendy caught, and play this for you all now. So we were basically, before I played those last clips where we were out of the house, we were getting off the bed and moving our way into the kitchen, because now we're gonna try and figure out how we're gonna get out of this house, even though we're hearing noises in that direction. We're walking right towards it very slowly, mind you. Um, the clip is of us basically in the kitchen, and I hear a voice. Again, I had just taken my earbuds out, but I heard a voice. And the way that I described it to Wendy is like, I almost felt like it was coming through the earbud. So I was hoping that I would have had the EVP on my recorder. No, I don't know where that voice ever is because I don't have it. But there was a voice I heard, and then all of a sudden the door opens. So let me play that for you. And at some point, we did a side by side with music for this too. How lovely. It would be enough. But this is the full version where I think you'll hear us talking and everything.
Not. It's not hot.
You know
Huh?
that? You know that?
No, not really. What did
You
it
don't
say?
have your things in, do you?
No, I didn't.
I didn't either. I had just taken them out. I heard like a man's voice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was scratching my head. That door just fucking
I
opened.
know.
So, like, one other thing, like, I almost hear voices in your video. I don't know if you hear that too, like they're at the end. But we were so amped up by this point because we were already hearing noises in this kitchen. And like I said, we were trying to kind of gather our things to get out of the house. And that door opened the way that it did. And you can see there's nobody there. And what Wendy had done afterwards was she contacted Johnny Hauser and said, "Hey, does this happen?" And he's like, "No, but let me review the footage." And he reviewed it and said nobody was outside the door. I think he even sent it to you. He sent you the clip of the camera facing that door, right? And you just see the door open and shut.
Yes, he sent the security camera footage and he sent it through Facebook Messenger because that's how we were communicating. And I
Yeah,
could never figure out how to get it off of Facebook Messenger to where
right,
we could share it on YouTube and put these two things together. I don't know if it's just not possible to take other people's stuff.
right.
And now, like on our phones, we have like where you can record something that you're watching. That
Yeah.
I didn't have all that or didn't know how to do all of that back then. This was so long ago. But yeah, he sent us the security footage, and he said that it was just he'd never really seen the door do that, and he thought it was odd the way that it opened, which is what we felt like. Like, okay, if it's windy outside, which it was, there was wind. It wasn't like a still night or nothing,
Right.
but he said the way that it just kind of slowly does
Right.
it, as if somebody's opening it and then shutting it. They're completely in control of the door, except if
Yep.
instead of it like blowing open or blowing
Right.
shut, he just said it's weird. It's weird how it opens and shuts, and that's what we felt. Like it just opened as if you expected to see somebody there. Nobody was there, and then it shut so calmly, and it was like we just stared at that door forever.
Right. We were frozen. We were waiting basically at that point for the glass on all of the windows to just bust. The energy was so intense at that moment when that door opened. We froze. We were, what the fuck is happening now? and I couldn't take it anymore. After we were able to start moving one foot in front of the other, they headed right the fuck out of that house and to the Kia, and they stayed in the fucking car. I was not going back in that house.
But we did go back in the house, like we said, and the energy
We
was,
set up cameras. Yeah.
yeah, the energy was better the second time that we went in until it wasn't.
Yeah.
It changed
Until it wasn't.
again. And,
Mhm.
again, we talk about like, oh, it could have been the wind. Like, if it's a ghost, it would be more
Yeah.
impressive. Well, I mean, I do believe it's a ghost, but of course it would
Yeah.
have been more impressive if the screen door had opened and then the main door had opened. The main door was locked, so I don't know what to tell you.
They couldn't have opened the door. I mean, I don't think a spirit even has that kind of, can they unlock it with ghostly keys? I don't know. But yeah, I did forget about that. Wendy really had to talk me back into going back in just so that we could set up like our cameras, just so I could go back and set up my digital recorder so that I could catch can you take me out there? Who's there? And some very creepy bangs and additional strange EVPs. The place is jacked up. Like, I don't have to
It
say it enough.
No, no, you don't have to say it enough. And we don't have to keep talking about this place. No, I'm just
Right.
playing.
No, right.
Like I
I
said, it's a giving location. When you think about its history, it's kind of awful to be like, man, that's so great. We scored. That's
right,
awful, actually. I mean,
right.
I guess if the family just had nice little pleasant memories left behind because that was their happy place, it'd be one thing, but that's
Yeah,
not what seems to be there. Um, yeah, and that
yeah.
door scared us. So,
Dude. Yeah. So, right. I am I don't even know. When I, again, going back to my recorder, when I found that I had Villisca on my recorder, I'm like, oh my God, Wendy's gonna be like, you fucking dummy. Are you serious? You never listened to this shit? So I'm like, kind of panicked. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta start listening to this. So I think I mentioned in an episode a couple back that I found some recordings and I started walking my dog listening to the recorder, and it was like Evie, because I thought it was going to be a walk in the park. I thought, surely I'd listened to this before. I already got what I needed off of it. I'm just going to listen to it just to clear the air and say it's done. And I'm walking my dog, and it's voice. And I'm like, I can't believe I decided to walk my dog and listen to this. This is the worst I could have ever done. Um, but yeah, it's a haunted location. If you haven't heard about it before, don't bother. It's terrible.
like, if you don't want your house to be possessed or anything
Right.
it's just not, it's not a cool place. But
Mm-mm.
if you're looking for experiences, you definitely
Yeah.
could give it a try.
Right. So I have a video that Wendy put together. Again, I mentioned this earlier. We're just talking about everything that happened, and it is in the Kia. And when you see me drinking a hard cider, it's because I needed it to chill out. I was so like keyed up from those two places, and like the Franklin that we stayed at like Strawberry Planet Village, wherever that was again in Iowa, like that hotel was supposed to be pretty active. And I mean, there were some interesting things that went on there, I think, for us, but the the strangest thing was the people that we encountered. And I don't know, like all of Iowa was just so freaking bizarre. And I'm not gonna, like, when we went to Edinburgh, we actually met some really cool ghost hunters, thought that they were awesome. Like we were even setting up a like we should all come back and do this location together. Um, and I have not been able to commit to Wendy to ever go back to Iowa. I've been on board for every other thing, but not for Iowa. And that's why, guys, I'm a big ass chicken. You just saw all of the things that we went through, and there's 100 more. There are so many more clips on YouTube that Wendy's already loaded. I just shared with you just some of my stuff. Well, yeah, some of my stuff because I haven't finished, and some of Wendy's, but there's so much more out there. So if you ever had any questions about it, even though there's hundreds of people that have been to Villisca, it is definitely a scary haunted location as far as I'm concerned. Um, And that's all I have to say about it. Thank you for watching. Good night. I'm going to get my drink now.
um, yeah, and I know some people that would be like, "Oh my God, y'all drink on investigations. How do you expect us to go to sleep?" Like,
Right, please. That is our calm down. Like, okay, we did it. We did the whole thing. We don't on every location. I mean,
absolutely
we
not,
can't.
because they have security cameras all over the place. And we weren't inside Villisca doing it either. We were out in the
No.
car. But like at the Conjuring House and at the Washoe Club, we knew they were
Oh, yeah.
watching us, so there was nothing that we could do. And guess where I couldn't sleep?
Go right at those.
I'm not saying I'm an alcoholic and I
No, right.
have to have a cocktail to go to bed, but like
Yeah.
when you're just like doing this and you're trying
Yeah.
to tune in and you're like listening and you're feeling and you're just going through it, like how do you just like turn that off to go nighty night in these haunted places? It's horrible. So they should
Yes.
allow you to have a nightcap at least, just
Right.
one nightcap, one tequila shot to say you're done.
Something.
Maybe not
I agree.
tequila.
I could totally do that. Tequila is my night night. I agree. Like just something to take the edge off. That's where we were trying to take the edge off. That was one of the craziest experiences that I've had. But yeah, so like I said before, I don't know if there's going to be any more. I still have some to listen to, but if I find anything crazy, then I might do a little more on a future episode. But most likely, it's just going to end up on our YouTube page. So if you haven't already done so, please like and subscribe. So you get the little bell whenever our new stuff comes out, whenever we load our clips or whenever our episodes from Evidence Autopsy appears. And we're on all the socials, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram.
Yeah.
And like I was about to say socials twice, but it's all COTN_paranormal. Yeah, and I think I covered it all.
That's perfect. That's it. We could just be done with this. All
Yeah,
right.
right.
I'd say
Done.
thank you, but no. I'm
No,
going to say fuck you for
I'm
that.
so
No, I'm
sorry.
joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. It's I don't know. I think it's kind of cool to brag about that you've been there and
Mhm.
and that it is the scariest place on the planet that we've been to so far. So yeah, thanks for letting us relive it in this capacity on this show. But
Right.
let's not do that too much again.
Yeah, no, no. Yeah, no. I like the fun places where we get the woman telling us her story at the Copper Queen. Let's go back there.
Yeah, yeah, let's
Find the
not
best
hear,
acts. Yeah.
yeah.
No. Mm.
That's not
No.
cool, but
No.
no. Of course. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, I guess.
All right.
That's it. Bye.
Okay. Bye.